Hey guys, long time no speak, listen, I don't know. Anyhow, I have been checking out the game Terraria. For those of you who are not familiar with Terraria, it came out earlier this year. January, I think, was its first official release. If you've ever played Minecraft, it's got some similarities. And in fact, of course, the diehard Minecraft fans think that Terraria ripped. The diehard Terraria fans think that Terraria just was better. I don't know. It's a really fun game. I am definitely enjoying it. For one, you can have multiple characters. You're not limited to, necessarily one character per world, but you can have different characters. They keep their own inventory, which is really cool. And you can use them across different worlds. So, character I've been playing lately has been named for Lion Kitten, because I am so original. And I have two different worlds. So I originally started with Murasaki on the starting out world, but I can play whichever character I want on whichever world. So I've been hanging out with Reliant Kitten on the world RK that I created specifically for her. And so here is Terraria. This is me, yay. The system's a little interesting, especially if you're used to Minecraft. If I, for one, am not used to full screen mode. I usually play windowed, so bear with me because this is a little disorienting right now. But it has a crafting system that doesn't require you to figure out the arcane placement of things to make it work. However, you do have to have an item in your inventory in order to know what you can make with it. You can either talk to the guide and he can tell you things that you can make with items, or you have to have all the items and the proper creation thing in order to make it work. So, my first gripe is the fact that doors are kind of a pain in the ass in this game. I'm right-clicking and it doesn't want to open. You have to kind of move slightly away. It's kind of weird. You pick flowers with a pick, of all things. But you can plant flowers for herbs, there's alchemy, there's all sorts of fun stuff. This guy's annoying as hell. He actually hasn't opened any of my doors so far, which has been nice. But he'll let zombies in at night if you're not careful. Ooh, let's go kill that ooze. This is a green slime. And we're going to kill it. Die. So, in order to make things, you have to have materials. So you start out the game with very simple set of materials. Specifically, they start you with, what is it, a pickaxe, an axe, and a sword. And they're all of the copper persuasion. There's my copper short sword from the beginning of the game. So they give you some starting materials. Unlike Minecraft, you can't punch trees and get wood. You have to use an axe. So it's kind of nice that they give you some stuff to start out with, because otherwise, how in the hell are you going to gather wood? They have bows, just like Minecraft, but they also have blowpipes. They have ray guns. I haven't found one yet. So they have guns, they have spears, they have flails. They have interesting ways of getting around rather than just jumping. You can use your grappling hook once you've made one, which is kind of fun. It makes it easier to get around some of the dungeons and such. Or not dungeons, I'm not to the dungeon yet, but, all the caverns and caves and stuff like that. There's water, you have health bubbles or air bubbles. Kind of your typical thing. Your breath is over here in the right. Your life. You start out with, what is it, 100 life? I want to say it's 100 life. So you start out with 5 or maybe it's 6 hearts. And as you go, you collect these heart containers that give you an extra heart. Kind of like, what was that? Link in one of the Zelda games. Kind of like that. You can't kill bunny rabbits, sadly. But if you're on the surface, pretty much all you're going to kill are oozes. Once you get lower, you can start killing things like what is it? Skeletons, you start finding bats, things of that nature. Your day cycle is there's a sun that crosses, there's a moon that crosses. During the day, there are bunny rabbits and slimes. During the night, there are zombies and floating eyeballs of doom. Whoa, cool. There is a floating island. That is good to know. Let's go check it out. I don't have any gold keys, which I understand are what I need. Why did I do that? In order to get up there. But let's go check out this island. So there are a couple of floating islands that you can find on your map. The only real useful way of finding them is by seeing that they're, you know, dangling stuff down out of them, but they are supposed to have really cool, awesome, fat loot of awesomeness. So this is kind of exciting. This is the first one I've found. Depending on the size of the map you create, holy shit, look at all that gold. Of course, helps determine what you, how many there are. Oh, this is awesome. Look at all that gold. So we're gonna get up here and mine some gold. My understanding is that in order to... This is the coolest part, is you can hit stuff while floating in midair. In order to open the chest that's inside, you have to have a gold key, which can only be found... Wow, this is really noisy sound. Derp. Oh, there's no way to, like, change my sound? Stupid game. The only way to open that chest, my understanding, is that you have to have a gold key, which you can find in unlocked gold chests. I've found 3 or 4 gold chests so far. I haven't found any keys, so this could be short-lived. We're gonna check it out. So you need ores in order to make cooler weapons and equipment and stuff like that. And, you know, kind of the typical thing. If you play Minecraft, a lot of this will feel very familiar. If you're like me, you're kind of a chicken shit... Ugh, this noise is crazy. And you're a bit of a chicken shit, you know, you don't really like being chased around by mobs, or, you know, suddenly hear zombies and stuff and freak out. This is really nice because you can see around you. So that's really nice. One of the other interesting things, I guess it's a feature, is that when you log out, it starts you back at spawn. So you don't have to hearth back or fight your way back up the mountain kind of thing. You just go, which is kind of cool. Wow, this is a lot of gold ore. Holy Jesus. Yay, gold. So, this is good. I've been kind of collecting gold ore so that I can do some more crafting. Here we go. Let's get the rest of this and then we'll head upward. Looks like there might be... Yep, looks like there's some more buried in those veins. Go up here. Awesome. So instead of having a shovel and a pickaxe and, you know, this, that, and everything else, you just have a pickaxe. It works for clay, it works for dirt. You know, it works for pretty much everything, which is kind of nice in a way. You don't have to have 10,000 different items on your bars. So, it's kind of useful in that aspect. Man, this is awesome. Look at all that clay. And up we go. Stick a torch in here. Look at all that clay. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna head on up and see what we can find out about... Oh, I can't open that because it's under a tree. Stupid tree. So yeah, there's this chest. And I don't have a key. Cry. Very, very sad. I don't think you can destroy these blocks. If you could, that'd be awesome. You can! Oh yeah, cool. So, I am so going to destroy this place. Even though it won't give me my chest. This is really neat. So, you have to have the stupid block of awesomeness. In fact, you might have to go to the dungeon before you can get the key. So there is a dungeon. It's kind of the end game stuff. You go there once you've become awesome and everything and have all the coolest gear and take on all the big bad guys in between. So, yeah, it's gonna be a while before I get there. I have yet to summon the Eye of Cthulhu. He is a boss, which is kind of cool. And kind of scary all at the same time. Let's see if we can get out of here a little. Nope. Nope. So it's kind of neat in a sense. It's also a little creepy. You know, you're gonna fight an evil elder god. Good shit, right? Okay. But yeah, look, here's silver. So looks like these islands are also good for resources. But my understanding is there should be possibly one more, but definitely at least one in any small-sized island, or small-sized map, which is what I have. If you do a large map, it's supposed to have 4 to 6 floating islands. So I'm going to turn down my sound, because I can't find the options in here. Volume, sound, there we go, and so if you go back in after you've kind of logged out, it's going to set you back at your spawn point. My understanding is you can set your spawn point to be elsewhere, which is probably useful for when you're, you know, running around in dungeons and stuff. You know, you could set your spawn point, and then if you've been lucky enough to find a magic mirror in one of the gold chests, then it will allow you to return home by gazing into the mirror, except I don't have any mana left. Or yet, I don't know how to get mana either. So, that's kind of a work in progress sort of thing. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea, honestly, how to get that. These daybloom seeds take for fucking ever to grow. It's driving me insane, honestly. The glow stuff, what is this exactly? This is blink root, sorry. The blink root actually grows pretty freaking quickly. So that's been good, but I really need that daybloom stuff. And it, of course, only blooms during the day. But you can create potions, you can create all sorts of decorative stuff. Like here's vile powder. I have no idea what that does, but it's a material of some sort, so I can use it to craft things. Some regeneration potions, I can make those because I have some daybloom. I can make night owl potions so that I can see farther in the dark. You know, there are lots of other things that I can make, but the majority of them seem to be based off of having, your daybloom stuff. So yeah, that's kind of my bottleneck right now. So let's see if we can find some zombies. They haven't quite come out yet because the sun is still there. But it's been a pretty fun game so far. I've been playing for a number of hours. I actually got really lucky in that I picked up a trident out of an underwater chest while hanging out in the underground. So I ended up with just a whole lot of, you know, useful things right off of the bat, which was great. Oh, there's still slimes. There's some blue slimes. There's a green one. There's the zombies. They're out. Run! Run for the hills! Of course, he's gonna get stuck there, because he's not gonna be smart enough to jump over. Whoops. But yes, this trident is freaking sick. It's got a slow speed, though, so it kind of, you know, you can't, like, multi-zot it or anything like that. But so the zombies can drop a item called a shackle. Aw, come on, you stupid eyeball. These guys can drop lenses. You need 6 lenses in order to summon Cthulhu's eyeball. The shackle that these guys drop is a accessory that gives you 1 defense, so it's not anything to sneeze at least. There are rare mobs, just like in WoW or most other games. I've already fought one. His name was Pinky. It was a pink ooze. I actually took video of it, but it was kind of boring, because all I did was stand there and stab it. It didn't really seem to want to attack me much. So I felt kind of meh about the kill, and it didn't drop anything good, so I guess it's like those level 5 rares in WoW that give you like bags and shit when you kill them. Not that I'm complaining, bags are fucking awesome at low level. But yeah, you know, it just wasn't really all that spectacular. Wow, where the hell is all the bad guys? I want to fight shit. Oh, so I have these awesome boots that speed up the longer I run somewhere. So these are called Hermes boots. I picked those up in a box somewhere. I don't usually get to run in a straight line for long, so they're not atrociously useful. But once you get started, you go pretty well. And so yeah, that's kind of it. My next spelunking mission I will take you all along with. But so far it's been kind of fun. Oh right, so you get more NPCs over time. You start with the guide that you can talk to ask questions. You should stay indoors at night, it's very dangerous. If you gather 10 fallen stars, they can be combined to create an item that will increase your magic capacity. Thing is, I don't have any well, I have some falling stars. Oh sweet, I actually have 13. I did not know that. So I can create a mana crystal. Sweet, I'm going to make one. So this is kind of like the hearts. You can make them, you get them, and then you use them, and hey look, I have mana. And sweet, now I can start using my magic mirror, so that means I can set my spawn to somewhere else once I figure out how to do that. So there are a number of different crafting items that you need, like you know, blacksmiths usually need an anvil. Well, here's an anvil and a forge to smelt. Or this is a table with a bottle on it, the vase. Did I really just break that? Oh no, it's in my inventory. So when it's just a table, it's just a table. You can make a couple things with it, but as soon as you stick a vase or a bottle or something on top of it, it becomes an alchemy lab. Ooh, 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 falling star. So that's a falling star. Those are awesome because you want to go collect them so that you can get more mana crystals. And they only drop at night, of course, and they disappear once daytime starts, so... But, in general, they're pretty fucking awesome. Zombie! And of course, if you stand on them, it doesn't register that you're attacking them. So don't ever stand in the same square as a monster, because all they do is keep damaging you because they do contact damage, not weapon damage. It's kind of dumb. So, yeah, you can't just sit there and trade blows. You heal slowly over time, once you've left combat anyway. Zombies cannot open doors unless it's a blood moon. They'll just like sit there and hump your door. If it's a blood moon, they can open doors after humping your door 10 times. So you do need to, you know, watch your defenses. However, having this one height up before... See how he's attacking the bottom thing and not the door? So everything I've read has said that you need your doors to be too high in order to keep zombies away, but it seems to work with the one. Because I'll have shit come in from this side, because they can just, like, hop up. But I don't have any problem with things coming in from this side during blood moons. Also during blood moons, all your bunny rabbits go crazy, like apeshit crazy, and they're black and red, and they have 70 hit points, and they can rarely drop pretty cool items like bunny rabbit ears. Oh, one of the other cool things is that they have social tabs. So, yeah, okay, you always want to wear the strongest equipment that you have, but it's going to make you look like a clown. I mean, look at my gear right now. I've got a silver chest piece that apparently has some sort of amulet in it, and copper greaves, and freaking awesome goggles that I made out of 2 lenses that I got from the floating eyeballs. So if you don't want to look like a complete dork, or you find something really awesome, like there's a fucking mage's hat running around somewhere and I desperately want it, then you can put an item in the social tab for that equipment slot, and now it looks like, you know, that item. So I'm really wearing the silver chainmail, but it looks like the copper. So, equipped in social slot, no stats will be gained. So, that's kind of cool. You can only do it for your helm, shirt, and pants, but that's because your accessories never, show up on your character. The goggles are freaking awesome. I look like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out if I look like a cyberpunk or something. With the copper on, all I need is like a helmet, and it makes me think of, the chick in Chrono Trigger. Wow, I'm a terrible gamer because I cannot remember her name. But, you know, so that's kind of cool. Oh, floating eyeball. Die, you stupid demon eye. So, the game is actually pretty good. They do a really good job of, setting it up and having it, you know, run quite a, you know, they're constantly doing updates to it. You know, constantly fixing bugs, constantly adding new stuff. There is multiplayer to it. I do have a multiplayer server. That's actually what the Spoon character is created for, just to test it. So I do have a multiplayer server that I'm hosting. It's not quite up and running yet, and yes, it's password protected. So no, you can't join it, not until I get it up and running and figure out how I'm gonna handle it. You can also host your own on, you know, in your own world that you've created, and have people just connect to your box. I think it supports 8 characters that way without having like dedicated servers. So yeah, it's actually a pretty cool game. So thanks for playing with me. Next time I go dungeon delving, I'll be sure to take you guys with. Definitely a fun game though. If you enjoyed Minecraft but found it boring, you know, recreating the Eiffel Tower and Mona Lisa pixel art, you know, 15,000 times. This is really great because it does have an actual, you know, progression of things. You know, you get progressively stronger, you go, you know, to different areas, fight stronger stuff, deal with different bosses. You get leveled up, kind of, with the whole heart and mana thing. So it's kind of, you know, got a little more of the role-playing feel to it, but you can still craft and build and create. The only thing it doesn't have is redstone, so if you really like making crazy circuits and stuff like that, you're not going to find that in Terraria. I don't know if that's something they'd like to implement, but they do have cool laser guns, so, you know, if you're into that, you can pew-pew things instead of smashing them with your swords or your tridents or your flails. Anyhow, until next time, take care.